Why do you want to be the SGA president?
I want to be the SGA president because I believe the SGA hasn't been doing much in the past few years. Aside from some small proposals that they've been passed or ultimately shut down by the administration, they haven't done any major changes to benefit the students, and I believe that needs to change. I would like to completely reform how the SGA runs, make it a more transparent entity, allowing the students to have direct involvement in the SGA, being able to see how the SGA runs, what proposals they are currently doing, how people vote on those proposals, and also major changes to eye care. I believe it's a broken system that forces students to make decisions when they're unable to be responsible for turning the lights off at a proper time at night, but yet they have the ability to make a decision about the life of another student.
And on that note, can you give me more details on the three specific things that you would like to accomplish as the SGA president?
So as the SGA president, I'd like to do major reforms to eye care. I said earlier, I believe it's a broken system that pits students against each other and breeds distrust among students. And I think it was meant to be a rehabilitation program, but hasn't transpired into that. It's become more of a holding program for students who have made one bad decision and are now stuck in this program. I'd also like to make changes to how the administration treats off-campus activities. It exerts itself as a controlling entity over what happens off campus, when in reality the administration uses en loco parentis to govern, which means they're your parents when we're here, but when we are with our parents, they no longer should have any control over how we live our lives. I'd also like to make the SGA more transparent. As I said earlier, I believe that it has become an organization that doesn't listen to student feedback and doesn't even request it or ask for it. This could be simply accomplished by creating more polls, sending them out to students, allowing students to see how the SGA is run. Thank you.
And what made you want to prioritize being the SGA president over other leadership positions?
So I haven't had any leadership positions aside from JV lacrosse captain, which was actually unofficial. So I just wanted to step into a role where I could accomplish something at Hill and actually make changes. And I believe while positions like prefect and club leaders are really important, I could do the most good as SGA president.
In your opinion, what is the relationship between the SGA and the student body, and how you plan on utilizing it?
Currently, there is no relationship between the SGA and the student body, but I believe it needs to be a very open relationship going forward. I believe the student body is what makes the SGA, and it hasn't really showed that. And I believe more student feedback into the SGA, just sending out polls, allowing students to see how the SGA runs would go a long way into fixing and mending that relationship.
And how will you approach working with the administration?
So I believe that working with the administration is a very complicated thing. There are some times that I'm going to need to work heavily against them, going around them, using the power of the student body to achieve what I want to achieve or what we want to achieve. And there are times when I think working with the administration would be beneficial, because with their support we'd be able to accomplish a lot more.
And finally, what makes you qualified to be the SGA president?
I don't really think you need a certain qualification to be the SGA president. I think it's more of just being committed to helping the school and making it a better place, rather than just being, oh, I was the SGA senator, oh, I held all these other positions. They don't mean anything when it comes to running the school. Positions in the student body are not that important as far as being qualified to run the SGA president. Being a club leader, being any of these things, anyone is qualified to be the SGA president.